Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Hannah Olson. I live in Minnesota with my husband and our 3 children, Sophie, Soren, and Svea, our 3 little S's. And we have a 6-year-old, Sophie is 6, Soren is 4, and Svea is 8 months old right now. I love sharing about all things motherhood, homemaking, and homeschooling. Now today's video is not about homeschooling, and I've been loving doing so many videos about homeschooling lately, but I wanted to talk about a more general motherhood topic for today, and that is doing the solo bedtime routine. That is something that I think gives a lot of parents, including myself in the past especially, kind of that feeling of foreboding or dread because no one wants to have to do the solo bedtime routine, right? But I have learned over time, the kids have learned with me, that there are ways for it to go well and not as well. And I wanted to share some of my tips and tricks with you in case you have kids around my kids' age or younger, and hopefully it'll help you out. A quick little note here, I'm not speaking to this bedtime routine as a single mom, so some of these tricks and tips might be a little different for you if you are a single parent. My husband just has several jobs and they often can lead into the evening hours, and sometimes he's away, like away overnight, and sometimes he's just away till 8 or 9 p.m. at night. So I've had to just rise to the occasion and come up with these tips and tricks and just become a little more self-sufficient and independent in terms of bedtime routines. And of course, for stay-at-home moms, there is a lot that you shoulder yourself at home while your husband is maybe shouldering things elsewhere. And the bedtime routine is just part of that, part of our responsibilities sometimes as a stay-at-home mom. And I hope these tips are helpful for you if you find yourself doing it alone. But I just wanted to mention that my husband has multiple jobs that inconsistently bring him home at different hours of the day. He doesn't come home through the front door every day at 5 p.m. So hopefully these tips will help you. My first tip for a smoother solo bedtime routine is to clean up as a family together after supper. We do clean up several times during the day. This is just our final pickup time of the day. After supper, I do the dishes. I put the dishes in the dishwasher and kind of close up the kitchen for the night as the kids maybe play or they are given some jobs in the living room to start that pickup process. Then I join them in the living room and we all pick up together. We like to blast music in our family. We like to blast all sorts of songs, all sorts of genres. Some nights it's Irish dance music, some nights it's loud rock music, some nights it's kind of obnoxious preschool children's songs. Whatever we're kind of in the mood for, we blast that on my Bluetooth speaker. I will link my trusty Bluetooth speaker down below because I love that thing so much. I play it every day and I bring it everywhere with me. But we clean up together and that's kind of our hyper cleanup time, a good time to kind of run around, make a challenge out of it, and kind of get out some of that energy. Sometimes we even turn it into a dance party as well. But we definitely want to pick up the living room and make it fun and again get a little bit of energy out before bedtime. Then I like to dim the lights. It's not like I announce that now we're turning off the lights or something, but I just start to shut off the more bright overhead lights in the kitchen or in the living room, kind of turn it to what I've heard referred to as lamp o'clock. So you want to have more of the lamps, and this is a little battery operated candle, but all of those kinds of lighting, that really helps the kids. It signals to their bodies and to yours that it's time to start becoming more peaceful. Then I usually switch over to more peaceful music. If there are any little dishes or other things that I didn't quite get finished, if they were soaking or if I didn't wipe up a certain counter, then the kids might do some coloring or some quieter activity, maybe a simple craft, but we're not dumping toys. We're not trying to get all sorts of new things out for the evening. The kids pretty much know that it is time for us to only get out a couple items at a time by the end of the night. We always incorporate books into our bedtime routine. During the Christmas season, we like to sit in the living room downstairs by the Christmas tree, and each child can pick a Christmas book and we snuggle on the couch and read those. So that's a really fun little tradition. But even if it's not the holiday season, definitely incorporate some books into your evening routine with your kids. And sometimes if it's just mama putting the kids to bed, maybe you get into a couple extra books. Maybe it's not just one book per child. Maybe you have a small stack. It depends on how late you want the kids to stay up, but sometimes books are such a wonderful reset button for the family. And I talk about this more in my online course, The Present Mama Playbook, but Books are a wonderful, fabulous reset button, and you can use them at not only bedtime but at unexpected times of the day to help reset the mood and also the energy or noise level in the house. Another tip that we don't do all the time, but it works in some of those situations when people are really dragging their feet and not getting dressed for bed. I have a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old, so they can independently get themselves dressed and undressed, but we like to do a pajama race. And basically that involves announcing that you're doing a pajama race, and the way you win is you are the first to get in your pajamas. It's a very simple but fun and effective tool to use with young children, and I don't want to turn it into a huge competitive thing where people are crying or sad or disappointed. And I usually am not the first one dressed, although I could probably win the pajama race. I'm just trying to encourage everyone else to get dressed. I also am trying to get in my pajamas at that time too, so that makes it fun when they're trying to beat mama. Probably one of my favorite tips for the solo bedtime routine is to get yourself ready for bed at the same time as the kids. And I know that sounds so silly, like why would I add more chaos and more things I have to do during the middle of the chaos of the bedtime routine? But honestly, it is life-changing for me. It has been life-changing. I get ready for bed, I would say 99% of the time with my children, and that is when I'm, between 7 and 8 o'clock at night when I'm starting to put them to bed. I get ready as well. So whether it's the pajama race or not, I'm still getting ready for bed. That's because I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm not going to go do something after I put the kids to bed, and I'm fine with that. I love a good cozy evening in, and this has worked so well. Part of the reason I love getting ready for bed that early and alongside the kids is because I lose steam and energy pretty quickly after I put the kids to bed, and I just want to have a very relaxing evening and not worry about going upstairs and taking the time to do my skincare routine and all of that, but I still want to get it done. But another reason I love this is because I have an 8-month-old baby, and babies are sometimes unpredictable, and you never quite know when your baby is going to be a little clingy or needing you to hold her, and that's fine, but I don't want the stress of me needing to now get ready for bed. If I know a guaranteed time that Svea is happy, I want to make sure that's when I'm really putting all my energy and focus into the older kids' bedtime routine and also mine. So then everything is tied up with a bow and we are all set for the rest of the night, regardless of who's happy or unhappy later on. Logistically speaking, when we go upstairs to get ready for bed, I have Sophie and Soren brush their teeth and do bathroom breaks while I am putting my hair up. I use a heatless curling ribbon, and it is wonderful. I will link it down below. It's just how I curl my hair. It works so well for me because I don't have to worry about my hair hardly at all. It takes like 2 minutes to put up. So I'm doing my hair, getting it up in that thing while the kids are brushing their teeth, and then I am facilitating them getting dressed for bed while I am quickly not brushing my teeth yet, but washing my face and doing my skincare routine. That works out so beautifully because then my face and hair are ready for bed and the kids are dressed for bed. By that point, they are maybe picking out a bedtime story, or if someone is still kind of lollygagging and getting their pajamas on, then that allows me to get dressed for bed. So I quickly come into the bedroom and get dressed for bed if we're not doing that pajama race. And then I'm all set. I always brush my teeth at the very last second, so I brush my teeth right before I go to bed. That's an easy task, that's pretty short. But the more time-intensive things like doing my skincare routine and washing my face and taking off eye makeup, anything like that, I actually get done alongside my 4-year-old and 6-year-old. I know it sounds simple and I know it sounds like you're adding to the chaos of the bedtime routine, but if everyone's in the bathroom and you're facilitating stuff anyway, you might as well be combing your hair, putting it up for the night, or at least removing makeup, that kind of thing. So I really wanted to mention that in today's video, and I really hope that some of you try to implement that and let me know how it goes, because I have found that it has helped me a lot and I wish that someone had given me that tip years ago. Something else that really helps us in our bedtime routine, it sounds simple, but it's from H Sheep Organics and it's called Junior's Bedtime Lotion. Now I use the adult version of their sleepy lotion. I used it all throughout my pregnancy with Svea and I use it every night and I feel like it helps me sleep so well. So it's a topical magnesium lotion. It has a really nice scent. I don't know if it's just lavender. I think it's chamomile and lavender, kind of a combination, and some vanilla. But this is specifically formulated for kids, and I only put on a little bit of this lotion. We call it their sleepy lotion. And I like to just put a little bit of this sleepy lotion on the kids' shoulders here and here. Sometimes I could give them a little foot rub and put it on their feet. I feel like it's such a nice, sweet, relaxing part of the evening routine. Even if it's a quick swipe, at least they're, you know, feeling loved and a little bit of a massage from mama, which I think is really sweet at those young ages. And also they get that calming, peaceful scent from the vanilla and lavender and stuff. So I highly recommend this 8 Sheep Organics brand of sleepy lotion. It's a topical magnesium lotion, like I said, and it's a really good part of our bedtime routine. I don't put a ton on. I think a little goes a long way, and I don't want to overdo it, but this has been a fun part of our nights. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it was interesting or helpful for you to hear how I manage the solo bedtime routine much of the time, and it has gone a lot more smoothly for us over time since we've started to implement these tips and tricks. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. You can also sign up for my email list, because that way you can get some content you can't necessarily get here on YouTube. And I have an online motherhood course called the Present Mama Playbook, and it's not currently open for enrollment, but definitely join that wait list down below so you don't miss it when it does reopen for enrollment. It is chock full of good strategies and systems and ideas and fresh perspectives for you as a mom, and I love hearing how it has helped other moms in their motherhood journey. Thanks again for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at, and I'll see you in my next one.